So how is everybody today? No house yet, but I will have some updates hopefully in the next few weeks about that. But that's not what we're here for. I know I have not done an unboxing on a road bike in some time, but if you follow the channel, you may know that mainly this channel is all about my love of everything that is a two-wheeled machine. And today we have a bicycle I have been waiting a long time to get my hands on and to see in person. This is none other than the brand spanking new Bianchi Specialissima. So I've heard it pronounced a few ways. If you're like me and you're from Charlotte, the South, it's Specialissima. You just leave a few letters off, makes it easier to pronounce. I believe it's Specialissima. Specialissima. You guys know I'm terrible at pronouncing things. I've also heard some people call it the Specialissimo. I have no idea. If you know the correct pronunciation, please let me know down below. I know I'm an idiot, but whatever. If you do enjoy the content and you like following the journey, the unboxings, the races, make sure you like and subscribe. It definitely does help. Anyway, let's jump to it.
It's got the box within a box.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Fancy, Steve. Wow. Ooh, look at that. It's even special for the bike. Hey, they put two different colors of paint on that box.
Holy crap.
That's awesome. That made my day. I just need a pretty really excited. How tall are you? I can look it up.
All right, guys, so I am extremely excited for this bicycle. If you cannot tell, I have been waiting on this bicycle to become a reality for a while now. So this guy actually only comes as a frame set. This is why this unboxing is gonna be slightly different. So what did we put on this bicycle? First and foremost, it is coming with some high-end Envy wheels. It's coming with a full SRAM red kit, which is awesome. It is the axis, fully electronic, made the build super easy. I love the SRAM red stuff. So the one thing that I do love on this bike is the stem setup. So if you saw the old tray had something very similar where all the cables can be ran internally. This bike does the same exact thing, but in my opinion, it's more aesthetically pleasing than what the old tray had, because the old tray's got this big bulky handlebar stem combo that looks cool, but it almost looks purposefully built to have the housing and cables ran internally. So it looks good. But this thing, it almost makes you do a double take. It almost looks like a track bike front end because there are no cables. It's still a smaller stem, and it's the handlebars, you can rotate them. I like that about this. I think it looks really good on the front end department. I was thoroughly impressed with it, and it was not hard to fish those cables through. But look at the lines on this thing. This thing is beautiful. And I can't even begin to tell you, like, the paint job on this thing. I am a sucker for a lot of thick clear coat. The Bianchi logoing, super nice. To me, the article that said that this was a little bit lackluster, completely wrong. I disagree completely. I think this is more beautiful than the old tray, and I'm a fan of the old tray. So what else? It is a full disc frame and through axle, front and rear. I do love Bianchi's through axles of choice. It's this little lever that pokes out. You can actually take your wheel off without needing any tools. You don't need any Allen keys, but it's kind of like a hideaway, so you don't have to actually see a lever the entire time. I think it's slick. I think it looks really good. Team Bike Exchange is riding this bike, which I'm very excited for. I'm loving seeing a Specialissima in the Pro Peloton. Also, this bike is kind of considered an all-arounder, so it does have aero elements, much more than the previous generation of the Specialissima. Though, looking at it, and from what Keith has told me, because he has actually spent probably upwards of 5 to 6 hours already on this bike, it's a lot like the TCR, which if it rides a lot like the TCR, then I'm gonna be in love, because if you guys know me, the TCR has been my road bike of choice for many, many years. I love the TCR. And this one looks a lot like the TCR, just with a little Bianchi flair. The frame actually only weighs 750 grams, which is super, super respectable. We will weigh the bike as it sits complete here in a little bit. It's also got the countervail technology in it, which it's a vibration dampening technology. So basically, even though this is a race bike, it should, at the very least, be super comfortable. That's kind of what countervail is known for. But I'm not gonna do a full review on this bike until we get some saddle time on it. Like I always say, you gotta get time on the bike. We will take it for a test ride. Keith's gonna ride it in the morning. I'm gonna be there with my GoPro on. We're gonna see how this puppy actually does in a little bit of a harder ride situation, get his first impressions on it. But I did wanna pull this out of the box, show you guys what it looks like. Let's weigh it first, then we'll get to the ride. Let's go. Tell me how much you like the Specialissima.
What?
Yeah.
So far, I really like it. It's a nice bike.
Well, what's the difference between your Ultra?
It definitely rides different. You can tell that it's a lighter bike. It seems a little bit more responsive to me, but that could just be the weight.
Skip to it, what's the weight?
Oh yeah, what does it weigh?
It was like right under 16 pounds without pedals and bottle cage.
I need to actually put on the scale and get a video of that too.
It's like 16 something with the stuff on it.
Wow, really? Feel any different than a TCR?
I mean, it's been a long time since I've ridden one, but that's the way that I would liken it to, is like it reminds me of a TCR.
That last one was supposed to be super floppy.
It has thick chain stays, or seat stays. Thick.
So there you have it. There is a first look at the Bianchi Specialissima. I hope you guys like the bike as much as I do. There are a few reviews that you can find out there. The biggest negative comment that you see about this bike is people saying... The biggest negative comments that I see about this bike are people saying that it's not like the original Specialissima. And what they're saying by that, it is no longer this like weekend high-end bike for the Bianchi lover, for the consumer. It is now a race bike, because not a lot of pro teams were on the Specialissima prior. A lot of them only rode like the Ultra. In all honesty, the original, the OG edition of this bike was super, super light, but it was very, very floppy. It was not a stiff bike, and it was beautiful. The number one thing you'd say about this bike is its beauty. They're saying that the negative reviews now are claiming that this bike is no longer as beautiful, and it is just another all-around semi-aero race bike. To me, that's BS. If you're looking for a carbon bike, there's a reason you're getting a carbon bike, because you want a good race bike, in my opinion. You want a lightweight bike that's stiff. If you want something that you can ride on the weekends to show off to people, to show off how beautiful it is, To me, I wish Bianchi would do something like a high-end Vigorelli, like get a steel frame bike, get a titanium bike or something just really, really cool. But if you were trying to get, and this is just my opinion, if you were looking into a carbon bike, there's a reason. It's because it is super fast, super stiff, super light. It's better, faster, stronger. I don't know how I'm gonna word that correctly, but do you guys get what I'm saying? Getting my first thoughts on it, it ticks off every box. I hope it is going to ride just like my TCR. If you guys know, I'm very utilitarian that way. I think the TCR is probably one of the best race bikes you can buy for the money. If this Bianchi rides just like that TCR, but is as beautiful as it is currently, I will probably sleep on the floor and give up my bed for this bike. My first impressions are very, very nice. It's very good. If you're a Bianchi lover, you will love this bike. The main takeaway points from the video, what has changed on this? They basically took the bike from 2015, made it a modern race bike. So it's got aero qualities, it's a lot stiffer, and it's got the through axles, it's a disc brake bike. I haven't done a road bike in a while because nothing has come out that has really just like tickled my fancy where I got super excited about it. This one does. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for tuning in. I love you all. I will see you in the next video. Hopefully we'll get an actual test ride on this thing, but at least you have, like Keith's, very quick 2-ride first impression. There you have it. Bye-bye.